had a good time, right, girls? Remember?
So I just disappeared, and you can have a good time.
We had a good time. We made dessert, and we
No, I'm so glad for that.
The extra stuff was
extra
really
stuff, right? It was good.
It was good.
Anyway, today we're going to make eggs, and we're going to demystify the myth that eggs are for breakfast only. We can have eggs for lunch, breakfast, dinner, whenever you like. So I'm going to make eggs with tomato sauce. It's a typical classic dish that we do back home in Tuscany. That's where I come from. And so it's very simple, very easy. But this dish, when it's combined with the bread and the pancetta and the asparagus, it's going to become nice and fancy. So from simple ingredients, we can come up with a nice, appealing dish, and you can serve anytime. Okay? So let's start. Today we're using the President Choice sauce. I usually make my own. I just buy the simple plain tomato. Either I make it myself in the summer and I preserve it, or I buy the canned tomatoes and I cook it with garlic and basil and whatever herbs you like. Today we're going to use the one that Susanna said is excellent, so we're going to try. And so when I'm talking, I'm going to serve the asparagus. I will talk about this later. So let's put the sauce on. And I just put a couple of garlic cloves, actually 1.5. You don't really need to because the sauce is already fixed with herbs, and I'm not sure if there is garlic, but I added anyway.
So you don't crush the garlic inside?
I didn't press it, no. I just let it hold so you can remove it afterwards.
That's a northern thing. My son's girlfriend's in Milan, and she does the same thing. Just keeps it whole, take it out again.
Yeah. If you really like it, you can leave it. You can chop it and leave it there. It depends on how I get up in the morning. I decide how I want my garlic, whether it's going to be there or I'm going to take it out. So it's optional. When you're in a hurry, you try to just break it directly in there. But it's a good policy to do this. So if one is bad, it doesn't ruin everything else, right? I like to talk about the toasted asparagus. Usually people steam the asparagus, or they cook them in olive oil, and or they boil them, right? We found a method, actually, Elena, is part of the discovery, to just toast them in a dry pan with nothing. So you just wash them nicely, drain them really well, and then you just cook them for a few minutes until they become nice and toasted. See? They become nice and toasted. So no oil, nothing. So it's like cooking the asparagus on the barbecue. Have you ever done this way before?
It's good. Well, not toasted.
In the summer, you can do this on the barbecue, and the result is the same.
Cheese. Okay, what type of cheese is? I've never heard of that.
Fontina is an Italian cheese from the north part of Italy.
Okay.
Val d'Aosta is one of the regions up close to the mountain, close to the Alps.
Is it a mild cheese?
It's a mild cheese, and it has a very nice melting point, so it really melts nicely, and it has a nice fragrance, nice taste. You have to try it. Unfortunately today...
I probably have.
Eh?
I said I probably have because most of our friends are Italian. So.
Yeah, we couldn't find any downstairs, so
man.
I'm substituting with mozzarella today.
That's what?
So it's about the
Mozzarella.
same?
Oh, mozzarella.
Yeah.
This won't have as much flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Mozzarella is
I know the
very mild,
Fontina's nice. Yeah.
but since we're using bacon as a topping, I thought the mozzarella was good.
Sure.
So we're going to just do that. Okay. And I need some. Because I want to have it so.
See? You have to say shh.
I have to say shh.
He doesn't want by
Put it back in there. So it already looks pretty, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Really pretty.
We need pretty. I mean, when you eat the vision of what you're eating is important, and the look of the dish is important. Because sometimes we eat with our eyes first. If it doesn't look appealing, even if it tastes
You're
good,
right. Presentation is so
presentation
much.
is important, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to restaurants and you say, oh, doesn't it look wonderful? So already your taste buds get in motion,
And the
then
aromas,
the aromas, yeah, that's
it's a big thing.
the nose. Then maybe when you start eating, it doesn't taste as good. But already you have a nice feeling by the look of the food that you're eating, right?
Now, would you have something like that for breakfast, or would you have that for lunch?
I would have this for lunch or dinner,
Okay.
okay? So we're going to, yeah. So we're going to cover them. So the heat will cook and melt. If you want as a garnish, you can just put a little bit of basil on top. Look at that. So we don't stir, we don't do anything to them. Just let them be.
Now, would you be able to, like, instead of putting the cover, is put it in the oven and broil for a minute or so, just to?
Yes, you could, but I find that the result is better this way.
Okay.
Because it cannot cook gently.
Okay.
If you put it under the broiler, you might have the browning on top, and you don't want that.
Oh, no.
You want to keep it nice and. I'm going to turn it off. See, this is very fast. Look how nice.
Ah, beautiful.
And the white is done, but it will still cook while it's shut off. So
It looks like a little lasagna.
yeah, it does. And it's very colorful. It's very Italian. You know,
Yeah.
red, white,
Oh, yeah.
green,
A little flag.
a little flag. So let's leave it for a few seconds in there. We get the dishes ready.
A little salt.
Then we're going to assemble. Now, traditionally, when you have a family and you just sit down at the table, what you do, just put the pan in the middle of the table. Everybody help themselves, right? It's very homey, very home. Today we are going to just serve them plain. If you want, you can have a bed of, let's say, frisee or mash. Fix it with a little bit of lemon and oil. Put it in a plate, and then you can put the bread on top just like that. Okay?
She didn't toast the bread.
Was that toasted?
This
Was
is
the bread,
toasted.
did you toast it?
I toasted it. Unfortunately, the oven was not hot enough, so it didn't kind of color too much. But I didn't want to keep it too long, because otherwise it becomes too dry. I just wanted to keep it moist. So, but you can toast it in the toaster, or you can put it in the oven, very high heat, until it's just golden. Okay, don't keep it too long. So we ate. Okay. We get our bacon, pancetta, not bacon. If you say bacon to an Italian, they get offended. It's not bacon, it's pancetta.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
How pretty are they?
Oh, wow.
She's taking a picture, look. They're so pretty.
So you're just going to try to get one and just put it on top. Okay?
Pancetta.
Just put the pancetta on top. You can break it or you can leave it whole like that.
Oh, that looks good.
So she boiled the pancetta? She boiled it in the oven? How did she, did
You
did
broiled
broil
it, right?
that?
The
Oh,
pancetta?
yes, you went here, right?
I wasn't here.
I put it in the oven
On that
on
paper?
this paper. Yeah, just like that. Just put it in the oven.
Just bake it?
Does it?
Or you just bake it until it becomes nice and crisp. Just keep an eye on it while you're baking it because it might burn. So
Oh, it's on the sheet here.
yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh, yummy.
So, isn't this wonderful?
How do you cook bacon? Maybe what's your normal way of cooking bacon?
In a pan, just put it
Yeah, you don't do it
in the
like
oven.
that.
Put it the same way.
Oh, you do it the same way?
Yeah, you can do it the same way.
Because I always do it in a fry pan.
In a frying pan. Yeah, but in the oven, it saves you time.
Oh
and,
yeah, especially when you're doing a lot.
And if
Sometimes I'm doing
it's
a lot.
too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, put it on a parchment paper, then it's easy to clean up.
yeah. I just bake it.
You just bake it. Yeah. So it looks already good. Okay. Now the final touch. The final touch will be complex because we have a few elements in there that complement each other. Okay. And I found that asparagus really complement it.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
The best part.
See, you have to remember with the recipe.
Dip it in the tray. Isn't that the best part? Nothing, but.
All depends what the recipe says. What kind of rice.
Cheers.
Sure.